Are you one of God's chosen, feeling a call towards something greater, yet unsure of what should remain hidden? In this video, we delve into 5 sacred aspects of your life that should be kept in silence. Personal treasures that only you and God should know. Inspired by the wisdom of C.S. Lewis and powerful Christian teachings, we explore how guarding these blessings can protect your spiritual growth, keep envy and distractions at bay, and build a lasting foundation for true success. Imagine the peace and strength that come with safeguarding the divine gifts meant only for you. Join us as we uncover the wisdom behind silence and learn why keeping certain secrets close can deepen your connection to God and ensure enduring blessings. Imagine for a moment that some secrets lie so deeply within us that God Himself urges us never to reveal them. These are not secrets born from pride or caution, but sacred treasures that shape our souls, guiding our path and nurturing our faith. Silence around these matters holds a mysterious, immense power, one far beyond what the world around us may understand. Embracing silence, nurturing it with intent, can transform it into one of the strongest defenses for a Christian. In a world that rushes to share, where each thought and feeling is often broadcast for the world to see, those chosen by God have a unique calling to stand apart, holding close those things that are too precious to be laid bare. If you sense that you are among God's chosen, heed this. Guard the secrets of your heart. These hidden treasures are not simply thoughts or plans. They carry your destiny, blessings, and the very breakthrough God is preparing for you. Feel free to share in the comments, "I am receiving," as a quiet acknowledgement of your faith's journey. Now let's begin with the first treasure we must guard with all our strength: our dreams and aspirations for the future. These hopes are delicate seedlings, planted by God in the soil of our spirit, and they require a wise, silent protection to grow. Proverbs 29:11 reminds us, "A fool expresses all his feelings, but the wise hold them back." Imagine holding a vision so precious that sharing it too early might invite doubts, criticism, or even attempts to sabotage it. Sometimes keeping plans quietly within us, like a well-kept secret between ourselves and God, is an act of wisdom. Silence isn't just the absence of words. It's a protective space for nurturing our God-given dreams, shielded from voices that might not understand or support our journey. Consider a real-life example. Think of an individual preparing for a significant career shift, a venture that aligns deeply with their passion. If they share their goals too soon with someone who dismisses the idea or critiques it out of jealousy, it may shake their confidence or even divert their focus. In contrast, keeping that dream within, praying over it, and seeking counsel only from those who uplift and support it, can give the vision the safe space it needs to flourish. By waiting until the dream has taken root and grown strong, this person is better equipped to handle criticism and opposition that might come later. Or take Mary, the mother of Jesus. When she received news of her divine purpose, she didn't rush to proclaim it. She kept it close, nurturing it in her heart until the time was right. This act of silence was not only about timing, it was about faith and understanding that some revelations need protection until they are ready to face the world. Ask yourself, what dreams are you nurturing right now? Are there ambitions or plans that feel fragile, needing more time to grow before others weigh in? By holding these precious visions close, we create a sacred space where they can mature without interference, distractions, or misunderstandings. Silence becomes a shield, a way to honor the calling without exposing it prematurely to the world's critiques. Silence is not a sign of hesitation. It's often a sign of discernment. When we keep certain things hidden, we demonstrate faith that God's timing is perfect, knowing that He will guide us when the right moment to share arrives. So, the next time you're tempted to announce a new idea or plan, take a moment to reflect. In this act of silent protection, you're not merely keeping a secret, you're safeguarding a promise, nurturing it so it can thrive in the fullness of God's intended time. Point 2. Family matters. Safeguard the sacred space, family. Our closest sanctuary is a sacred space, one where wisdom and discretion are invaluable. For the chosen ones, there is profound importance in keeping certain family matters private, protecting them from the outside world's scrutiny. Not every disagreement, financial setback, or health issue should be shared publicly. Your family's vulnerabilities aren't for everyone to see. Exposing them can open doors for misunderstandings or even allow negative forces to interfere. In a culture where oversharing has become common, resist the urge to broadcast family issues on social media or in casual conversations. Whether it's a marital tension, challenges with children, or financial concerns, hold these moments close. These are the times when silence serves as a protective shield, a silent guardian for the strength of your household. Scripture reminds us of this truth. Proverbs 17:9 teaches that whoever promotes love covers an offense, and 1 Peter 4:8 echoes, love covers a multitude of sins. Our role within the family is to shield, not to expose. Reflect on the example of Noah's sons, who rather than exposing their father's vulnerabilities, covered him in grace and respect. They valued discretion, honoring their family with love that didn't seek to reveal faults but rather to protect. Likewise, seek counsel only from those whose spiritual maturity you trust deeply. Individuals who will not only give wise advice, but also uphold your family's privacy and pray with you through any struggle. Imagine, for instance, if Mary had run to Elizabeth, voicing her concern over Joseph's initial hesitation when he learned of her pregnancy. That would have stirred confusion and fueled gossip. Instead, she chose to trust God, allowing Him to work in ways beyond human understanding. In following her example, we see the beauty of restraint, a reminder that not every family issue is meant for public discussion. Trusting in God's quiet power brings healing, and when we keep our family matters sacred, we invite His gentle hand to work within our household, mending and restoring in ways we may never fully comprehend. Family issues, then, should be handled in an atmosphere of love, grace, and gentleness. When we shield our families from public scrutiny, we create a safe space for healing, fostering an environment where true reconciliation can flourish. So, as you navigate challenges within your family, remember this call to silence, a protective force that allows God's grace to bring peace and restoration to the heart of your home. Point 3. Your initial victory and breakthrough. Trust in God's timing. Imagine standing on the edge of a newfound success, feeling the joy of a breakthrough blessed by God. It's natural to want to celebrate loudly, sharing your excitement with everyone around. Yet the wisdom here is in holding back, allowing that precious victory to grow, unhindered, in God's perfect timing. Your first triumph, whether it's a career milestone, financial growth, or a new opportunity, is tender and vulnerable, much like a delicate sapling. Just as young plants need time to establish their roots, so too do our early victories need protection. The Bible gently reminds us of this truth. Proverbs 21:5 tells us, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty." Rushing to reveal success can sometimes weaken its foundation, leaving it exposed to jealousy, spiritual challenges, and competition that can shake it before it is ready to stand strong. There is a unique strength in waiting, a quiet resilience in nurturing our triumphs in silence, letting them grow unobserved, untouched by outside influences. Think of King Saul, who, after being anointed, was told to wait for God's signs before acting. His role was real, his calling significant, yet timing was crucial. Similarly, consider young David, who triumphed over Goliath, yet did not boast about his victory. Instead, he allowed his achievement to be seen at the right moment, not needing to rush or seek validation. If David had announced his triumph prematurely, he might have given his enemies exactly what they needed to plot against him, risking his future purpose. Now, consider Joseph. God granted him a vision of greatness, yet when he shared it too early, it brought about envy, strife, and even betrayal. Joseph's breakthrough was authentic, but the path to fulfillment required patience and a series of challenges designed to refine his faith. This story reminds us of an important truth. The right time is often not the first time. Early successes are seeds that need to be carefully guarded, protected from forces that might pull them down before they bloom fully. Chosen ones, allow your victories to grow quietly. Let your early achievements mature in the sacred hidden spaces, safe from scrutiny. In doing so, you allow God to strengthen them beyond what you could achieve alone. When God's timing aligns, He will unveil your success to the world in a way that none can deny, even the enemy. This quiet faith and patience allow God's hand to guide your journey in His way, preventing any force from shaking your progress. So, in those moments when you feel the urge to share a new blessing, take a moment to pause, to reflect, and let God secure the foundation of your success. In waiting, in nurturing silently, you give God the space to multiply your blessings beyond what you imagined, establishing them in strength and purpose that will endure. Point 4. Your financial situation, a prime target for the enemy. Dear chosen ones, remember this important truth. The enemy watches closely, seeking any chance to disrupt the peace and blessings in our lives. Your financial situation, in particular, can become a tempting target. In today's world, where social media encourages us to share every success, every purchase, and every achievement, it's easy to fall into the trap of showcasing our blessings. But take heed, this is a risky path. Proverbs 13:11 offers us insight. Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. True wealth, as this verse suggests, builds gradually, in quiet patience, not in flashes of public display. Reflect on the story of King Hezekiah from 2 Kings 20:12-19. After being miraculously healed, Hezekiah welcomed envoys from Babylon and proudly displayed the treasures of his kingdom: silver, gold, spices, and all his storehouses. What he saw as an impressive gesture became an opening for the enemy. Shortly after, those very treasures were taken by the Babylonians. This cautionary tale shows us the consequences of revealing too much. A simple act of pride gave away the riches he thought secure. Like Hezekiah, we may sometimes feel the urge to showcase our blessings, but this can expose us to envy, judgment, and even spiritual attacks. When you keep your financial matters private, you shield yourself from jealousy, manipulation, and the misunderstandings of others. Not every celebration is genuine, and not every congratulations is sincere. Trusting in God's provision, keeping our blessings as a quiet bond between us and Him, invites protection, not interference. Spiritual wealth, unlike material riches, holds a lasting, eternal value. Remember that God is our provider. He knows our needs before we speak them. Allow your financial growth to be something that unfolds in silent obedience to His will. Let your focus remain on the provider, not the provision. In doing so, you avoid giving the enemy any foothold and keep your heart centered on the true source of blessing. Instead of broadcasting wealth, let your testimony be one of faith, humility, and deep trust in God. It is far better to be known for your faith, character, and relationship with God than for the material items you possess. Hold your treasures close, guarded both physically and spiritually. When we protect our blessings, God has the space to multiply them, blessing us in ways that exceed what we can imagine. In Mere Christianity, C.S. Lewis gently reminds us that material blessings, no matter how abundant, are only temporary and can become a trap if not directed toward a higher purpose. Lewis doesn't condemn wealth, but he advises us to be mindful, not to let it become the core of our lives or the measure of our worth. He writes, "Prosperity knits a man to the world. He feels that he is finding his place in it, while really it is finding its place in him." This prompts us to ask, are we genuinely finding our place in this world, or are we allowing worldly desires to take root within us? How often do we share our achievements or financial plans in a way that ultimately chips away at our inner peace? In The Screwtape Letters, Lewis further illustrates that discretion and a focus on spiritual values bring us closer to God, helping us avoid the pitfalls of jealousy, envy, and manipulation. By keeping our blessings private, we safeguard ourselves from forces that may weaken our faith and joy. Perhaps Lewis is posing a deeper question to each of us. Do we need to showcase our blessings to the world, or can we keep them quietly between ourselves and God, allowing these gifts to become a source of genuine and lasting peace? Point 5. Your spiritual encounters, sacred moments, are meant for a select few. Dear chosen ones, there are moments in our spiritual journeys that are meant to be treasured quietly, to be held closely within our hearts, just between us and God. Not every encounter, not every divine insight is meant for others to witness. Dreams, visions, angelic messages, and personal revelations are sacred gifts from the Lord, given to guide, strengthen, and deepen our faith. And sometimes these encounters are not for public sharing, but for our own growth, our personal walk with Him. The wisdom in silence is knowing when to keep these moments hidden, waiting for the time appointed by God. Consider Mary, the mother of Jesus, who upon receiving the miraculous news from Gabriel, chose to keep it within her heart. She did not seek validation from others, or explain what was beyond common understanding. She held this precious promise close, nurturing it in silence until God's timing was perfect. Mary understood that some revelations are simply too profound, too sacred to share before they are ready. Similarly, the Apostle Paul spoke of his encounter in the third heaven, hearing things too holy to repeat. Even a spiritual leader like Paul recognized that certain experiences are meant to remain private, hidden from casual conversation. And let's remember John in the book of Revelation. When he was about to record what the thunder spoke, God told him, "Do not write it down." Some mysteries are meant to remain sealed, known only to us and our Creator. Think of spiritual encounters as precious seeds, planted in the soil of your soul. If revealed too soon, these seeds can be misunderstood, dismissed, or even damaged by others' doubts. Just as a seed needs time to grow and gain strength beneath the soil, so too do our spiritual insights require time to mature in the sacred space of our hearts. When the time is right, God will reveal these truths in a way that cannot be ignored, in a way that glorifies Him. As you nurture these spiritual seeds, praying and meditating over them, trust that God will guide you when it's time to share. Until then, let these moments deepen your bond with Him, allowing your faith to grow stronger, unshaken by the opinions of others. Not everyone will understand, and not everyone is meant to. In guarding these sacred experiences, you honor their purpose and allow them to bear fruit in God's perfect time. So, dear chosen ones, embrace the quiet strength of keeping these encounters close, not out of fear, but from a place of wisdom. Let them take root within, maturing in the gentle soil of your spirit. When the right moment arrives, the world will see the fruits of what God has planted in you, and His glory will shine through unmistakably. As you walk this journey, remember the power of silence. By protecting your dreams, your family, your victories, and your spiritual encounters, you safeguard what God has entrusted to you. Don't seek approval from the world. Your affirmation comes from God, and His timing is perfect. When He lifts you up, it will be beyond question. Until then, remain humble, keep watch, and let God move in ways that will leave others in awe. If this message speaks to your heart, feel free to comment, Amen, like, and subscribe to join us for more divine insights. Together, let us walk this journey of faith, and may God's blessings surround you abundantly.